So you're playing spider, maybe you have shallow lasso, and you want to play some deep lasso. Always make sure you got enough space to get this foot in. As you can see, sometimes right now, it's a little hard for me to get my left foot inside. So I'll take my left foot out, I'll extend my right leg, and get on an angle. And you see how I'm opening this gap from his elbow and his ribs, and now I'm gonna weave my leg all the way inside. I want my instep right on his scapula, and then from here I can square up. Extremely important. Pay attention to my left hand. It is as deep as possible. Think of it like the gi is a rubber band. You want to pull it and stretch it out as far as you can, and keep your elbow down to the mat. Again, there's going to be a lot of weight and pressure on his scapula. So now I'm here. Two things. I can volunteer and do this move. So when I go for my tilt sweep, I can volunteer. I can put my shin across his waist. As I do that, reach for the pant grip and square up underneath him. Bring my hips underneath him. And now watch, before I do anything else, watch when I turn this leg outside, what happens. You see how I off balance him? It's important not to take your leg out and make it loose. Keep pressing onto that scapula and turn that knee outside and pull your elbow down. So you notice how I'm off balancing him over my shoulder. Now, notice how I have this grip here. We're gonna do everything at the same time. It's very important. This grip, you raise your hand like you're doing a Turkish get up. Raise your hand like you have a question here. So I turn, raise my hand, lift that leg off of the ground. I will avoid a bicep slicer, depending on which tournament and the rules, but some divisions it's illegal, so just avoid it, and also try not to hurt your partner. So what I'll do is go thumb inside, extend my leg down, and then I can go to side control from here. So let's look at that again. I'm volunteering. So this is variation number one. Always keep in mind, if he has a grip in here and he keeps his elbow sucked into his ribs, this is very bad. You must immediately kick the door down and pull this to your chest, create space, and now I can get that lasso in. Again, I'm pulling down. My knuckles need to be as low as they low by my inner thigh and connected against my body here. So as I bring my foot through, my shin across, I bring my hips underneath him, and I reach for this grip. And now I turn my knee outside and I raise my hand to the ceiling. Catch for thumb inside the collar, kick out, avoid that bicep slicer. Unless you're gonna go and do ADCC trials in the gi where everything is legal, no problem. So now, let's talk about sometimes what'll happen is you're playing lasso, and make sure before I go over anything else, your elbows are here. There's tension. He should feel like he's pulling a sled here. A lot of people, especially like beginners, what they'll do is they'll throw this by and they think that this is a good idea. So he's in a circle towards me. And look, you don't even have to move to him. All you gotta do is hug underneath his leg and use his momentum to off balance him. So this is very good to drill and practice so you can learn what not to do. So just because there's space here, maybe my leg goes down on the mat, maybe he throws it by, just because there's space does not mean that this is a good idea. Do not come here. So he comes over, I catch, and I turn that knee out, thumb inside. And I have a bonus one for you. Let's say he's on the knees, we're both on the ground here, and you're playing lasso and spider. So same thing, sometimes people will throw that leg by. They just assume, because there's a space here, that it's all good, right? So he tries to hug my head, and I go with it. It's very important to time this, and very important that you're not taking this out. A lot of people will see where my shin is, you see where my foot, it's like dangling out here. They try to finish it, and then he bases out, and then they try to do like the bicep slicer here. Those are hard to pull off. So make sure that boot, I call it wearing a boot, is nice and high here. So he turns into me, and I turn that knee. And then, that's him trying to pass you, right? Volunteering, as I like to call it. But then you could be the one to initiate this. So go ahead, knees out, sit on your heels. So what you can do is get on an angle and grab the pants here. Try to really get all that slack out. And then you can hide your leg, come up here. Now, when you come up here, the reason why I like to come up is they freak out. See, what's going to be your reaction? He's going to try to push you down, and then you use that momentum. Make sure you keep that leg in deep, and you turn. And then from here, you lift your right hand to the ceiling as well. When I think of, when I watch bodybuilding, whatever you want to call it, bodybuilding videos, tutorials, they always talk a lot about muscle, mind, body connection. Jiu-Jitsu, we want the same thing. We want to be able to over-exaggerate every move. There's like 4 things going on. We have to combine it all together and make it all happen at once. And we have to be able to time it as well. So watch what I mean by that. So when you're drilling, don't be so stagnant when you drill. Don't be like the typical, choppy, robotic drillers, right? Don't just be like, okay, 1, 2, boom, Try to get here, right? And try to work that timing. Pulling this leg, keeping this leg deep, turning your knee out, and then when you're falling, raise that leg off of the ground. Everything's working together along with timing. That's something that's sometimes hard to teach. So when I sit up, he pushes into me, that's the timing. That's what makes everything smooth. I hope that makes sense for you guys. Leave us a comment, tell us what you think. And if we get 10,000 likes, Octavio's gonna shave his head, shave his hair, shave every single piece of hair he has on his body, and we're gonna donate it. So please do this so that we can make it happen, all right? Have a great night. See you later.